What's going on, YouTube? Happy New Year. You are back with Content Nick over here. And this show is called Driving with Nick. So, what do we talk about on this show? If you can call it a show, this is a vlog, which everybody's got one these days. You might be thinking, why is this guy so obnoxiously, confidently wearing these shades and this Hawaii hat? Well, because I just got back from Hawaii. Good question. Thank you. How was it? Mixed feelings, Mixed feelings, because you miss home. I don't care, where I go anymore. At my age, you just miss home. Even if you don't miss home in sense of the desert versus the tropical getaway that Hawaii happens to be, then you just miss your bed, you miss your kitchen, you miss your plates. That's where I'm at these days. I'm at that level. Things are going great though. I basically started the year off with a bang. I've got 2 deals in escrow. I've got a listing that's about to go on the market on the 16th. So business-wise, couldn't really be better. On the family side of things, we're doing great. Leo, my son, is now starting to go to school, so we're trying to get him acclimated. Like today, I went in and spent a couple hours there with him. We had an interesting moment with the kids. One of the kids, we were doing this game, right? I came up with this game for the kids, and here's how it went. There's basically one basketball-looking item in the playground, and these kids are, so my son is 18, 19 months. There's some kids that are maybe 22 months in his class. They're right there, right in front, right behind, right around there. And the other kids are maybe a little older, they're maybe 2-something going on 3. And so that's the groups. They kind of united, both groups came out at the same time. And I came up with this game for everyone, which involved one person getting the ball and just running away with it till another person tackles them or somehow obtains the ball from subject 1. All right? Subject 1 is on the run with the ball, while all the other subjects are competing for the ball. Pretty much mimicking real life, okay? This kid comes up to me, right? He's got frustrated after chasing and I tell you what, the phenom dude, okay, that had the ball, no one could catch him. He was super fast, couldn't smack the ball out of his hands. He just was gifted. I'd say he's a good wide receiver in the future, at least for high school. He only had one problem. He didn't really do routes, but on the straight line, that dude was good. So if nothing else, maybe track. See, it's my son there in the back. Thought he was asleep. Right, Leo? He was just running and running and running. And one guy comes up to me after he was just so exhausted chasing the leader, chasing the phenom. He comes up to me, taps me on the shoulder, and he's like, "It's my turn now. My turn. My turn." You know what I told him? I said, "No turns, just winners." And that's the message for this podcast for you, okay? You parents out there, we talk about helicopter parenting, and we the ones that are guilty. We're not out of it. We're still contributing to the problem. Most of my peers had the kids that you guys are annoyed by, the clowns, the entitled bunch. Maybe people that are 10, 15 years older than me, they really are responsible for the losers that are out there. And millennials, man, y'all gonna get it together, right, when you're 40. But on the way to it, man, it's gonna be a rude awakening. But these new Z kids, or whoever my son needs to be in or is in, we're not doing that. Okay, there is no turns. What are you entitled, butt? Why would you get a turn, you weirdo? I explained the rules to you, sir. Didn't I? Didn't I tell you the rules? I said you chase the kid down. If you're able to get the ball from him, good. If not, game on. Game continues. That's it. Otherwise, how do we have good athletes? How can you guys just imagine like how well we're doing right now in the world? How we're dominating in sports? How we're doing everything? Let's up it up, man. Let's amp it up. Let's give these kids that no. You know, it's first or last. Like, you can laugh at it all you want, and I don't really care what it does for their self-esteem. Here's the reality, man. If they're really not made to be an athlete, they don't need to be entertaining the utopian idea. They're only going to clog up the space for the real athletes. They're only going to be disappointed eventually. They'll have that letdown eventually. I mean, you just don't want them to deal with it now. Okay. I mean, what are you doing? Are you playing Mother Nature? You're stepping in and saying, hey, nature, you know, for all these generations, it was good and everybody turned out good. But for this one, let's just slow it down. Looks like my son's going to cry. So that's all you get for the entries, guys. That's all you get for the driving with Nick. All right? Because today you're not just driving with Nick. You're driving with Nick and Leo. And when it goes down, man. So, a little slice of life for you. Okay? Tell your kids, all right? There's no turns. There's just winners. Just write it down. Put it on your fridge. There are no turns. There are just winners. Or if you ghetto, you could say, there ain't no turns, they're just winners. Boom. Bottom line is, work. Don't expect nothing. Expect nothing but hard work, because that's what real life is going to give them.